From the Oklahoman newsroom, it's time for the Energy FC Weekly Update. I'm Jenny Carlson here in studio with a couple guests back from the West Coast with some fun results to talk about. The coach, Steve Cook, joins us, and Justin Chavez joins us. Guys, let's rewind a second on that second game out west. It was a really good result regardless of what happened before, but to get that win, Steve, after the roller coaster that you guys had been on in the first game out west, losing really late, how important was that for your guys?
I think really important, and you know, we always talk about this, about your character being tested, and I think when you hit I thought our best performance of the season was at Orange County. Our best performance, home or away, I thought was Orange County. We did a really great job, and unfortunately, the game being what it is, sometimes it hurts you when you least expect it. And I think that we showed real resilience and character that next game to come back and perform not only so well with the ball, but really come back from a goal down in that game and then win 3-1. I thought was terrific, and just shows what a great group of players we have and what a great group of people we have in that locker room.
Justin, talk a little bit about, you guys, you know, go down on a PK 13 minutes in, so you're facing that early deficit. Then you guys get goals from Jose Baril, Philip Rasmussen, Alex Dixon. You guys have become known for spreading around the scoring, but to overcome that early goal, what was the talk and what was the feel amongst the guys?
I think we knew the situation we were in. I think every single player was comfortable in the situation we were in. Nobody really freaked out or got scared or anything like that. We knew we had to win the game. After the first 15-20 minutes, I think all the guys settled down after some heavy legs. They loosened up, and it showed. You know, I think a lot of those players, starting from Cody from the back line to midfield to the forwards, I think even like when we lost against Orange County, you can see the chemistry. Sometimes the score doesn't show how the guys play and how they react, but every single one of them was ready for the task, and fortunately we got the win. Well,
you mentioned, you know, just the teamwork. You know, whether it was Jose, who's normally an assist guy, getting a goal, or Philip with just a great passing sequence to get you guys ahead. Steve, it sounds like that you know, what you guys have talked about, there's really on-field evidence of with these guys.
You know, I said to the coaching staff after the game that the most pleasing thing for me was that the 3 goals came from things that we have regularly talked about, which is that ability to win the ball and then quickly explode into an attack and be an exciting forward-running, forward-thinking team that can then finish things off. And I think the first goal with Adam John, I think it was, picked up a loose ball, drove hard at the defence, and then we actually had a couple of options for him to play to. He chose Jose Baril, and it was a great finish, I thought, Jose Baril's. The second goal, a brilliant passing movement and finished superbly well. Probably Philip Rasmussen won't get enough credit for that finish, but it was an absolutely tremendous finish. And I think the third goal scored by Alex Dixon was just a typical OKC Energy goal that we've seen of late, where we not only play quickly and play well, but the forward run, I thought, from Alex Dixon was terrific. Great ball through. And we think we have the ability to be a very exciting, fast-paced team that can create not only good scoring opportunities, but I think we can build a group that can score a lot of goals in the future.
Well, Alex says that was his 10th goal of the season, tied with Christian Valesky for the team lead. But you know, as we've talked about, a lot of different guys getting goals. But Justin, you guys get that win on Wednesday, and we'll talk about your next game here in a second, but get a little bit of a break after being away from home for a while. What have the last few days been like, just in terms of get back home, and what's sort of been the feel amongst the guys as you've had a little bit of a break before this next one?
I mean, I think they had 3 days off, so everybody did recovery mode for those 3 days off, and the guys looked fresh. We started Monday or yesterday, and the guys look fresh. They're hungry. They want more. They can't wait for the weekend to come. It can't come sooner. But I think their mindset is still a championship. You know, we're staying positive going forward, and I think that's the mindset you need in the locker room. You know, you can't have 1 or 2 bad apples in there. Every single one of them are ready to play Saturday.
Well, and it will be this weekend against Sacramento. It's a 6 o'clock start on Sunday, actually. Saturday's been a lot of games.
Sunday, yes.
We know you'll be there at the right time. we know it. But yeah, Sunday matchup, a team that you guys have already faced once. That was a 1-1 draw. late July in Sacramento. Mentioned Christian, he had that goal that you guys got on the board there. But Steve, this is kind of a longish layoff before this game, and coming off such a good result. How do you build the momentum but give your guys a chance to really, get legs back under them and get ready to go? Yeah,
we decided a few weeks ago, that we were going to give the guys a little bit of a breather after that game. And like you say, when you're away from home for a week, just to be with your families and be with your friends again a little bit is important, but also physically to get that little breather before we know it's going to be a pretty big 4 games to go. And I think that was important, but the biggest thing I said to them straight away was be ready on Monday, because we're going to go pretty quickly at this. And on Monday, great training session. Tuesday, terrific today. Just really good mentality, nice and fast paced. And one of the things that we've stressed this last couple of days, because sometimes it's tough after a day or 2 off, is really get the competitive spirit back and really be highly charged in training and energetic. And there's been a couple of tackles flying in, there's been a couple of scuffles, and it's exactly what we want to see, guys going at it and working as hard as they can to be great.
You guys were all friendly on the beach when you were out west, but now everybody's getting after it, Justin. But that's what you want to see. I mean, you want guys to be competitive even in those practice situations, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, you're fighting for your job, and every single one of us want to be on the field, which we wish it was possible. We can't. And it's good for everybody, It keeps everybody on their toes. And like I said, like the mindset of everybody is it's amazing right now.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's possible, but this is your last regular season home game on Sunday. So while games remain, this is the last time at home. And, Justin, you talked about, the championship mindset, trying to get playoff ready, get into the playoffs. I have to think getting 3 points, getting that win at home is super important when it comes to that.
Oh, absolutely. I think this Sunday you're gonna see the best version of our team. I think everybody knows it's our last home game. We want to give the fans what they deserve, and like I said, we're looking forward. We're not looking behind us anymore. We're ready for Sunday, and whoever steps on that field will be ready.
Yeah, and in addition to it being the last home game, Hispanic Heritage Night, which by the sounds of all of the extras that are going to be happening, the game may sort of, to some people, seem like, I don't know, the sideshow, because you guys are going to have a mariachi band, Hispanic food trucks, a dance group performance, championship game of the inaugural Energy FC Invitation Youth Tournament. So lots of stuff going on. And oh, by the way, you guys are going to play a soccer game. A pretty big one at that. But Steve, Justin alluded to the fact that giving the fans, that kind of a show, this is a night for the fans.
It really is. And I talk to the guys quite often about this, and this week we'll certainly be stressing it, that the fans are the lifeblood of the game, and they're the people who pay a lot of hard-earned money, and every single one of us in that locker room have been a fan of some sort in the past, and we know how important it is to reward them for their love and their patience, and know that they're going to be there with smiles on their faces, expecting us to not only put up a good performance and get a result, but work our hardest and give them something that they believe that they should be seeing. And I think credit to the players. When I look back at the last 17, 20 games of this season, we've done a really, really great job. We've been statistically one of the best teams in USL, and we've done a really fantastic job. But let me tell you, it would be nice to sweeten it a little bit this Sunday with a good win in front of our fans and reward them for everything that they've given us this season.
Justin, we know that this team has brought people from all corners of Oklahoma City together, but a lot of Hispanic fans and a lot of Hispanic players on this team. For you and for others on the squad, what does it mean to have a night that is dedicated to Hispanic heritage, to really try to bring in the Hispanic community within Oklahoma City?
I think it's a great idea. Growing up here, there's a huge soccer Hispanic community. Off the top of my head, I can probably bring 1,000 myself. So as long as we're having other activities, I'm sure they'll show up. I think it's a big factor for our organization moving forward as well. Doing these types of things for the game and stuff, I think is really going to bring them out to the game, support your local professional team.
Do you sense that there's a growing wave of support? I'm sure there's a lot of different factors that play in with the Hispanic community, but having players like you with that instant connection, are you starting to sense here friends, family, people say, hey, I'm in. I'm interested in all.
Oh
of
yeah,
this.
I get phone calls and texts from like random people every week trying to come out to a game, and I say, of course, you know, if I can help you, I'd love to help you. And it's amazing, you know, growing up with people and then watching them supporting you, playing with them, watching them supporting you. I think that's very, very nice, and not a lot of professional athletes get to do it, play at their hometown. So when you see friends and family there, you get a little more motivation.
You know, Steve, as I'm listening to Justin talk, it makes me think about so many soccer clubs around the world that have that connection with their communities, and kids see the athletes that come from just down the street and they want to be them. I mean, I know that this is about building fans, but it's also about maybe, I don't know, planting some dreams in some kids, I would think.
You know, I come from an area where they have a big hometown following, and I was very fortunate to work at the club as well, where not only am I working in professional soccer, but I'm working at a club that I supported as a kid. And I think for young people in Oklahoma City to see people like Justin not only play professional soccer, but to play for their team and represent them and their city in the right way, not only good on the field, but also great off the field, where the community is rallying behind someone like Justin and others as well. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's every kid's dream not only to play professional soccer, but every kid's dreaming all over the world to play for their hometown team, the club they support. And I think Justin sets an incredible example to those people. Again, it's important to me to say this, not only on the field, which he always represents them in a terrific way, but off the field as well. To be an upstanding member of the community and represent them with a great deal of integrity is important. And any kid looking on our field this weekend will look at Justin, and if they have those dreams to be a player, try and get their career going just the same way. It's been an honour to work with him.
I hope you pay him an extra 20 for that. No, but all kidding aside, I mean, Justin, you obviously got to this point before we had professional soccer in Oklahoma City. There's no way to know the impact that this will have on the next generation of kids in Oklahoma City. But in your mind's eye, you have to think about that from time to time when you see kids out on the playground or out on the soccer field. It's almost limitless to think what the impact of the energy and things like this could be.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing energy getting involved with the academy teams. When I was growing up, we didn't have that, so it just gives them another opportunity to get better. And every single day, I always see energy getting involved with some type of sort of the youth here in Oklahoma City, the community. And as much as I can get out in the community, I love to help. Obviously, I can't a lot, like, because of practice and everything else. But as many times as I can, I'll try to get out there, go talk to schools, or do as much as I can to just give them a little more inspiration.
Well, and lots of times just being out there and doing what you do, it speaks volumes, I would think. You mentioned earlier you hear from people often. Do you often hear stories about little kids and their dreams and sort of the aspirational things that have grown out of all of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I give advice probably, I don't know, 5 times a week. Just everybody call or texting me, or even if I see them on the street, like, what does it take to get there? And it's a lot. And like, my main one for me personally was discipline. It's so easy to get involved in other things, but my main focus was soccer the whole time, and at the end of the day, it paid off.
All right, so if the game goes well on Sunday, can we expect to see anybody dancing with the mariachi band? Or
Look no further than Justin Chavez.
All right.
If I get a go, I'll definitely be out there.
All right, the gauntlet has been thrown.
Let's hope he gets 2, huh?
Everybody get ready. I don't know what's going to happen, but it is Hispanic Heritage Night. Sunday, 6 o'clock, there at Taft Stadium as Sacramento comes to town. For all your ticket information, game information, go to energyfc.com. They'll have all the details there. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.